khoảng 50% cái rác thải nhựa.
One typical example of businesses moving towards a zero-waste tourism industry in Kathai district is the check-in program. Live Green with Seapole, launched by Seapole Hotel Cat Ba. Tourists will receive different valuable gifts when not using plastic products in the hotel and then taking photos and posting on social networks.
Doanh nghiệp thì không phải trả nhiều phí thu gom rác thải. Thứ hai nữa là việc phân loại và bán được cái rác thải có giá trị đó thì cũng là một cái nguồn thu nhập của các bộ phận. Đó là lợi ích từ nội bộ. Thứ hai nữa là cái việc mà du khách, nhất là du khách phương Tây, họ quan tâm tới việc bảo vệ môi trường, và một cái cơ sở triển khai cái việc mà bảo vệ môi trường thì du khách rất là ưu tiên.
Talking from the business perspective, do you think there needs to be pioneer, leading the trend and then giving example for others to follow? What do you think about this?
For your question, I think that each enterprise need, and I think everybody want to be the pioneer in the fight, because setting a successful example in the fight of single-use plastic is proof a lot. It proves that we can do it in large scale, and we can do it efficiency. That not mean that if you switch your behavior to something more positive, then the spending is increased enormously. So if you can do it in a smart way and in an efficient way, I think it will be a absolutely beautiful action to set a example for others. In tourism industry, nowadays is very famous with the campaign of refill, not landfill, and a lot of companies already joining that program. So tourists who come to many countries now they have a welcome gift with a refill bottle. For company in Ha Long Bay, for example, we cannot do it yet for just our 2-day trip. But I think that if we can just provide refill things for water use during client time on board, it's already like a very nice thing to reduce all of the bottle of water after one use, for example. So I mean that there are a lot of things that we need to take seriously for long term, but there are a lot of initiative with a little bit of innovation and ideas
and
you
creativity.
Can do, and creativity, then you already can move forward faster. Yeah.
So no single-use products, I think is good.
So it's nice to see that they're encouraging people to think about the climate.
These are the comments of tourists after coming back from the trip to Ha Long Bay on the cruise without single-use plastics. As the leader in environmental protection in Ha Long Bay, Baya Crew applies a variety of actions to reduce ocean plastic pollution.
Everything we ate and drank from was made of sustainable service, so that's porcelain or glass. You don't have plastic.
Cardboard straws they use, so they try to reduce the amount of plastic.
The cruises that are granted Blue Say Eco labels must overcome 11 strict group criteria by JICA and Green Growth Project Management Board and Department of Culture, Sport and Tourism. The strict group criteria focus on reducing air, noise pollutants, and waste and domestic water. Of the 36 cruises granted Blue Sail Eco label by Quảng Ninh Province and JICA, Baya Cruises is the first and most rewarded with a total of 11 cruises, overcoming 11 strict group criteria by JICA.
Để làm được cái nhãn hiệu cánh buồm xanh này thì chúng tôi phải đầu tư lại toàn bộ các cái hạ tầng kỹ thuật cho các cái phương tiện của chúng tôi, tiếp cận các cái công nghệ mới, liên kết với các cái nhà sản xuất các cái thiết bị bảo vệ môi trường để là lắp đặt các cái thiết bị xử lý nước đáy tàu, xử lý nước sinh hoạt, xử lý rác, và đảm bảo rằng cái lượng chất thải ra môi trường ấy là đạt chuẩn và là số lượng là thấp nhất.
Using paper straws instead of plastic straws. Placing a net underwater to collect garbage from the bay while cruising. Increasing its use of recycled paper. Establishing filter system to not discharge oil and wastewater into the bay. And finally, encouraging tourists to collect garbage on the ship.
Nhân viên sẽ đi cùng với khách trong cái chuyến hành trình đó, và các bạn cũng là người chuẩn bị tất cả những vật dụng, có thể là những cái vợt để có thể sử dụng để hớt rác khi mà đi kayak mà nó hơi tầm xa vời thì người ta có thể dùng những cái vợt đó, hoặc là đi ở trên bãi biển thì các bạn cũng có dùng những cái sọt để có thể thu dọn cái rác trên bãi biển.
I like it. I actually think it makes me feel good. I even talked to the ship about, they have kayaks. And there's plastic in the ocean. So you could actually, I know in Copenhagen we have buckets where you collect trash, So that could be something extra you could do while on the cruise. You could pick up trash to take care of Halong Bay.
According to the International Union for Conservation of Nature, or IUCN, Vietnam is one of the top 4 countries in terms of plastic waste discharged into the ocean. Today, people have deeply recognized the key role of enterprises in taking actions to reduce disposable plastic products and consider this a core value for sustainable business development. For enterprises operating in the tourism sector, such as Bahia Cruises, the reduction of plastic waste is not only for long-term benefits, but also the most effective way to change the consumption habits of tourists.
Now I want to ask Ling about how can you implement a plastic-free boat? Is there any special method or substitution for the materials?
It's very difficult, and it's also very costly for the business. But we have our commitment for the long future, so we take step by step. Before, because we have 17 crews going out every day, so we also purchase huge amount of food. And all the food will come to our cruise center in plastic bags. But now we change. We deal with the supplier that, please bring all your baskets, come, and then we use our own box to take the supply from you. So it's huge amount of plastic bag is reduced in that small process. The second step we do is taking out the amenity on cruise in the cabin. It's not just to save the cost, because we still supply it upon client request. But with that small change, the number of one-time use plastic is dramatically reduced.
I saw that you brought here some special equipment. Can you share more about that?
So actually this is the smoke kit from Oka Cruise. As you can see, it's quite Vietnamese with a chopstick as well.
Yes.
So let's adapt to the culture of the country
Here,
for the
chopstick
chopstick.
here.
Yeah. I think the most shocking image that everybody start fighting to reduce plastic straw is when it go through the nose of the turtle. Yeah, and it's raising huge fight toward it. So I think that say no to plastic straw is really amazing act that our community worldwide is doing. Using the replacement method like bamboo straw is also nice, but I think it will be greater if we take another step to say no to straw at all. Plastic or paper or anything, actually we don't need straw. We don't need that convenient in this modern world. So, but the interesting thing is this toothbrush made from bamboo, and also this one is can biodegrade as well.
Oh.
Yeah. Let's try to change the habit and make a better, small but better action for environment.
Yeah.
That's a major sort of economic and behavioural challenge for the government, because we all use these, and we need to put in place sort of incentives and rules that make it less attractive. That can be quite challenging to implement. But for example, in some of the outstanding tourist sites like Halong, it could actually become a selling point. The government can say, in this area, Cat Ban, Halong, we are forbidding the use of plastic straws and plastic cups. And that actually becomes not a negative, but a positive. And it's a way of demonstrating government commitment to protecting the environment. And what we see is that visitors really respond positively to that. They want to see that the government and others are taking action, and that translates into a more positive visitor experience, and then they tell their family and friends, and then there's further visitation. So I think we can take these challenges and turn them into opportunities.